Hi everyone, my name's MadMatt Lugos and welcome back to Ghost of Tsushima. The last time we defeated the Khan. We killed him, we beheaded him, we destroyed his invading fleet. Lord Shimura did come to support us to distract his forces away while we took care of business deeper inside the port, Part Izumi. Now we've been told Lord Shimura is waiting for us by Omi village at our old estate in the garden under the tree with the red leaves, where he taught us how to fight way back at the beginning of the game when we had the flashback. So that's where we're going to be going, guys. We're not going to ride all the way there because it's 4 kilometers away. We're just going to fast travel to Omi village and go and see our dear uncle by Omi Lake. I don't know if this is going to be the last episode again. Games, we might be dealing with like an Act 4 where we have to fight the samurai or something. Kage. So, I'm going to keep this set on, just to be consistent with the last episode. I mean, the Sakai armor's black as well. I don't want to wear it because it's a bit clunky looking. We can see the red tree over there. Let's stroll our way over and maybe confront our uncle. I imagine that there's going to be some sort of fight, but I can't imagine Jin would kill him. But there's honor at stake. The Shogun's probably pulling rank on Lord Shimura and telling him that Jin needs to face some sort of justice. Maybe Jin turns himself over, man. I'll leave you here, Kage. Can't see him though.
Lord Shimura isn't here. I'll wait for him on the dock.
Well, maybe this will be the real ending boss. Maybe the Khan was just light work. I think I died like 12 times to the Khan. That's just so embarrassing. It didn't take me that many tries to beat the final boss in Sekiro. I mean, in Sekiro, I think I did it on the 6th try, the final boss. I mean, there were some other bosses in that game that took like 50 tries because I wasn't used to the combat yet. But credit to the Khan, man, I found it quite difficult. Okay, uncle.
Jin,
Uncle.
I wasn't sure you would come.
I wanted to talk with you. If we work together, we can drive off the remaining Mongols. Start rebuilding our home.
That is not your duty. The Shogun has disbanded Clan Sakai. As of today, you are no longer samurai.
I sacrificed everything for my people. And I would do it again.
New samurai are coming to replace those we lost. They will occupy your land and estate.
I have to say goodbye to my home.
Ride with me.
The Tale of Lord Shimura. I guess we're not going to fight after all. I feel like I should change the colourway of my Ronin set. But we'll keep it in black. I think black is the Sakai colours, you know. Seems appropriate, right? He's got the white horse, we've got the black one. He's got the white outfit, we've got the black one. Seems fitting, right?
Will you remain in Chito of Tsushima?
Yes. The Shogun asked me to train his warriors to fight the Mongols.
Good. They won't give up until they've conquered all of Japan.
I will spend what years I have left ensuring they fail. A task I hoped we would face together, as father and son.
You can still remarry, start a new family.
Yes, I suppose I can.
Nothing to say.
Looks like he could use a push.
Here, let us help you.
Do not trouble yourselves, my lord.
Nonsense.
You can't do it alone.
You are much too kind. The mud is thicker than it looks.
That's a heavy load. Where are you headed?
Jogaku. The Ghost Army is up there.
He has an army.
You didn't hear? They'll sail for the Mongol steppes with a storm at their back. Burn their homes to the ground.
An impressive goal.
This is everything I can offer them. I hope it helps.
Then we will see you on your way.
So they think we're gonna invade Mongolia.
Thank you, my lord.
Jogaku is many miles from here. Keep away from the mud and the Mongols.
I will.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Not here. Follow me.
Can't help the spread of rumors, I suppose.
I don't have an army.
Every day, more people flock to your cause. The Shogun is concerned. I am concerned.
You have nothing to fear.
When the new clans arrive, will people bow to their samurai? Or betray them in the name of the ghost?
I won't let them do that. They'll listen to me.
You openly defied me, Jin. My most trusted warrior. You taught our people to disobey their leaders. What makes you think your followers will obey you?
Fair enough, I suppose.
That's enough riding. Walk with me, Jin.
As you wish. My family's cemetery.
The resting place of 7 generations of Sakai, including your mother.
And my father.
We must pay our respects.
Well, we know that our father had many arguments with Lord Shimura, right? Guess we're no different.
I will miss this.
So will I. The Shogun has declared you a traitor.
He ordered you to kill me.
The ghost was an outlaw. He taught our people to defy their leaders.
To defend themselves.
With poison. A gift you gave to our enemy.
I had to stop you from throwing away our people's lives.
You have no honor.
And you are a slave to it.
You are my son. Now I must continue the line of Shimura without you. I must start a new family.
And my head is the cost.
Taking it is my punishment. Our final day together. It is beautiful. It's time. Write the last words of Clan Sakai.
And Clan Shimura.
Yeah, we better make this haiku sound good, right? I wonder if we're gonna... If Jin's gonna kill himself here, right? Hands that shape the world, eyes that saw my pain, strength in every step. Let's say hands that shape the world. Hands that shape the world, a fate neither of us want. Destiny divides our souls. This is where we part. I fight without hope. Will death redeem us? This is where we part.
Hands that shape the world. Destiny divides our souls. This is where we part.
Your parents will always be with you.
Yes, Uncle.
I will train you to become the strongest warrior Clan Sakai has ever known. I will raise you as my own son. Are you ready?
I am ready.
don't
my.
want to hurt you.
The wounds you dealt my spirit will never heal.
Killing me will only make them worse.
Let me go in peace.
Oh!
You want revenge for my failure.
This is not my revenge. It is my punishment.
No!
Forgive me, Jin.
I was doing really well then. Be cool if you got two different endings.
I don't want to hurt you.
The wounds you dealt my spirit will never heal.
Killing me will only make them worse.
I can't fail the Shogun.
Ah!
I'm sorry.
Come on, dude. I can do this. I can do this.
I can't fail the Shogun.
Oh,
The wounds you dealt my spirit will never heal.
Killing me will only make them worse.
I can't fail the Shogun.
that was close.
You want revenge for my failure.
This is not my revenge. It is my punishment.
Oh, no. Oh! No, Matt, come on!
Choice.
No! I was nailing it then.
I can't fail the Shogun. The wounds you dealt my spirit will never heal.
Killing me will only make them worse.
I don't want to hurt you.
Got greedy, I thought I could draw an attack out. Damn it, Uncle, you've still got some moves.
I can't fail the Shogun. The wounds you dealt my spirit will never heal.
Killing me will only make them worse.
Let me go in peace.
You want revenge for my failure.
This is not my revenge. It is my punishment.
Oh! Oh, I swear I got that. Stop it.
Choice.
Ah.
I can't fail the Shogun. The wounds you dealt my spirit will never heal.
Killing me will only make them worse.
I don't want to hurt you.
You want revenge for my failure.
This is not my revenge. It is my punishment.
Oh, no! Oh, I went to parry. Mistake.
Give me no choice.
Ah! Kazuma-san would
don't
be
want to hurt you.
ashamed. Oh, what am I doing, man? At least we're getting lots of emotional goodbyes. Damn it, I got the prompt. That's the official sign of failure.
I can't fail the Shogun.
Come on, dude. Come on now. Come on. I think I got closer on like the second attempt.
I don't want to hurt you.
Whoa! Oh, I thought I got a parry on the second hit. Oh man, I'm getting into the spiral. You know, the spiral just where you were doing better in the first 5 attempts.
The wounds you dealt to my spirit will never heal.
Killing me will only make them worse.
I don't want to hurt you.
Oh!
You gave me no choice.
Ah!
Let me go in peace.
The wounds you dealt to my spirit will never heal.
Killing me will only make them worse.
Let me go in peace.
You want revenge. Failure. This is not my revenge. It is my punishment.
Oh no! Got that!
No choice.
Got that, guys. I swear to God.
I can't fear the Shogun. The wounds you dealt to my spirit will never heal.
Killing me will only make them worse.
I can't fear the Shogun. You want revenge for my failure. This is not my revenge. It is my punishment.
I got that!
Why did you turn away from me?
Fudge!
I don't want to hurt you.
There we go.
The wounds you dealt to my spirit
Come
will
on
never
now.
heal.
Killing me will only make them worse.
I don't want to hurt you.
Got it.
You want revenge for my failure. This is not my revenge. It is my punishment.
No!
Forgive me, Jin.
That was one of the more enjoyable attempts.
I don't want to hurt you.
There we go, there we go.
The wounds you dealt to my spirit will never heal.
Killing me will only make them worse.
Let me go in peace.
Got it.
You want revenge for my failure. This is not my revenge. It is my punishment.
Got it. Got it again. No! No, 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 no. 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 No.
I can't fear the Shogun. The wounds you dealt to my spirit will never heal.
Killing me will only make them worse.
Let me go in peace.
Forgive me, Jin.
Let me go in peace.
Go.
The wounds you dealt my spirit will never heal.
Killing me will only make them worse.
Let me go in peace.
Got it.
You want revenge for my failure.
This is not my revenge. It is my punishment.
I thought that was the blue one.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. No.
Let me go in peace.
There we go. There we go.
The wounds you dealt my spirit.
Come on now.
will
Come
never
on.
heal.
Killing me will only make them worse.
Let me go in peace.
Perfect dodge.
You
There we
want
go. There we
revenge
go.
for my failure.
This is not my revenge. It is my punishment.
Got it. No, man. No.
You gave me no
There was a
choice.
delay on that. There was a delay on that one. I swear to God.
I can't fear the Shogun. The wounds you dealt my spirit will never heal.
Killing me will only make them worse. I don't want to hurt you.
There was the blue one.
You want revenge for my failure.
This is not my revenge. It is my punishment.
That was too close. Oh, we did it. We did it. Calm down, Lord Shimura. It's over. No. No, you're okay. You're alright.
Honor me with a warrior's death.
What? Are you serious? I was not prepared for this, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the hell am I gonna do? What the hell am I gonna do? Tell you what, guys. I can pause. Don't mean to break immersion. I'm gonna join you for this. Just let me set up. Just let me turn the lights on. Hang on. I'll be right back. All right, I'm here. Oh my god. Don't know what I'm gonna do. I do not know. What fight though? I'm tempted to kill him just because I died so many times in that duel. Right. Okay, so my initial instinct here. I'm shaking a bit. My initial instinct here is to kill him. Because that's what he wants. That's what his code of honor dictates. Right? And my main worry would be that he would... If we spare him, we're going to shame him and he's just going to do it himself. Right? He's going to use his the short sword to... Have I even... Hang on. There we go. That he would... do it himself out of shame or something, you know, because I feel like he wouldn't want to go back to the Shogun's men. That's my main worry. You know, and I feel like we should honor his wishes, I suppose, as well. But I don't want to kill him, right? He's the only family Jin has left. He's the only family he's got, right? I feel like we're supposed to kill him, but that would... I don't know. I'm just worried he's going to do it himself, and Jin's going to have like the shame of not giving him his honor, giving him his wish of a warrior's death, and then that's really bad for Jin, right? But I suppose maybe it's more about the whole samurai versus ghost kind of thing. Maybe it's more about that. Maybe it's a choice between the two lifestyles. You know, the whole... In that flashback, I know we're wearing kind of dark colours now, but I think we could probably change these colours. You know, the whole white and dark. Like samurai being like the pure way, and the black being the ghost's way of perhaps more efficient and more logical, but not honourable. Don't know what to do, man. We've not had any choice like this in the whole game, so it's just kind of thrown me a bit off here. So I'm going to take my time and try and reason my way through this. Sorry, Uncle, for making you wait this long. What an epic fight that was, though, guys. That was great. Just kept missing the timing a little bit on a few things. Anyway, my instinct is to say kill him, but I think that's because I'm reflecting with like the samurai code, and Jin himself has really been, his whole journey has been about exploring how elements, not all of it, but elements of the samurai code are stupid, right? Or are just pointless. And surely killing your surrogate father because he wants a warrior's death, I know it means a lot in samurai culture, but that is silly, right? In a way, just to kill any member of your family when you don't have to, you know? But on the other hand, this is their culture. It's all about honor. But maybe that's more Shimura's culture, and it's not Jin's culture. But if it's his death we're considering, should we be thinking more about what he wants and less about what Jin wants? I mean, if they've made this a choice, I have to believe that he's not going to do it himself if we spare him. Because that would make the spare choice just bad, wouldn't it? It'd make it really bad. I don't think they'd do a choice that's that declaratively good and bad. But what's going to happen to him if he lives and he lives on? What's going to happen to him when he goes back to his castle to see the Shogun's men? Are they going to... Maybe he doesn't even have to tell them he's seen us, really, does he? They won't know that he's been spared. He could maybe have his wounds healed up at a camp somewhere, at one of like the little survivor camps nearby. Then he could go back and he'd just say he never showed up. I've never seen him, but he'd still have to hunt us, right? He'd still have to tell his men to come after us, or to seek Jin out, or if they had any leads on him. So yeah, I don't know what to do. You know, he was talking about... Jin did say that he could start a new family. I mean, that's something worth thinking about, I suppose, but that's very hypothetical. He is quite a bit older, I'm supposing. So maybe that's not even on his mind. I just hope that if the Shogun's men knew he was here, then I could worry about there being consequences for us leaving him alive. You know, he might get tortured or be known as a coward, and his reputation would be sullied. But they don't know that he's met us. They don't know he's fought us. They don't know he's been beaten by us. No one knows any of this, right? So he wouldn't have to tell anyone. But my initial instinct was to say kill, but I just think he's the only family Jin's got left. And maybe the whole point of this is that... Not the whole point, but maybe part of this is the idea that not all parts of the samurai code make sense or are good, right? Killing your father or your surrogate father is probably not a good thing, no matter the circumstance, right? Unless it's like a Lady Masako situation where they've actually betrayed you full on. So yeah, I'm not taking this lightly. I'm not thinking, oh, I'll just keep him alive. So I'm still concerned that if we spare him, he's going to do it himself. I'm still worried about that. Still worried about that. That's one of the main reasons I think we should do it for him, because he's just going to do it himself. Maybe these wounds, maybe the way we've just cut him, maybe these are fatal wounds. So maybe his death is a formality and we should do it for him out of respect rather than letting him bleed out or have to do it himself. Oh, guys, they're putting me through it here. What to do? Okay, so if we're operating on the notion that he's going to actually live and he's not going to do it himself, he's going to go back to his castle and he's going to train all of the shogun's men to defend the island and fight the Mongols, then from that point of view, it's more important to keep him alive because the stewardship of the island of Tsushima is with him, right? That he's going to be responsible for repelling the Mongols, even though we're going to probably be doing some as well, I imagine. You know, that is a responsibility, and we know Lord Shimura is a good man to do that because he upholds the samurai code, right? Even though some of it's stupid. I think I'm going to regret this, but I think we should spare him. I don't think we should have to kill our only the last family member we have just because of the samurai code, even if it's his will. It's his last. I don't know if it's his last wish. My main worry is I don't know if he's going to die anyway, or if he's going to bleed out, or if he's just going to kill himself at the end of all this. Alright guys, I think I'm going to choose spare. I think I'm going to do it. It's against my instincts, but after thinking about it and talking it through, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like if we kill him, it kind of goes against a lot of the lessons that Jin's learned, you know? Going back to that code. And Jin, and like we learned about Kazumasa, his father, about how he often argued with Lord Sakai and felt Lord Sakai was too rigid, too much of a slave to to the code of the samurai. Like Jin said that, didn't he? Just a moment ago in there before they did their haikus. That he'd become a slave to this. And becoming a slave to it means that just because you've lost the fight to your only remaining son, that he has to kill you because you disagree on the values and all this stuff. Yeah, I think for those reasons, we should spare him. If he ends up doing it himself, I'll be very upset and annoyed that I didn't go with my gut instinct. But I'm going to choose to spare. Oh, right, just a confirmation. Oh, God.
I have no honor. But I will not kill my family.
The ghost will be hunted for the rest of his days.
I know.
They stayed alive, guys. I think we did the right thing. I don't know. I don't think there was a right choice, but... Oh my god. Drained. Right, we'll let the credits roll, and then we'll chat about this wonderful game after the credits. Okay, I think that's the end of the credits. Got anything post credits? Oh. What are we doing, Jin? We're writing something. Packages. What are we wearing? Is that the ghost set? That's the ghost armor in red. Like it. Like it much better than that hideous yellow. Oh, the banners? That's the Clan Sakai.
Twin mountains of Clan Sakai. I won't let my family fade from memory.
No, we won't.
Lady Masako lost everything. And everyone. If she can keep moving forward, so can I.
That's why it's important that we let Shimura survive, because we don't want to lose everyone out of, by choice. I didn't say this, but Sensei Ishikawa, he had reason to kill Tomoe. He let her live in the end.
I lived under these banners most of my life.
And Shimura. The red leaves.
Fallen at my family cemetery. Beautiful. Even in death.
We can never go back. Oh, so we've got like a collection of all our stuff here.
Used to think I only needed a horse, a bow, and my katana.
Those are black powder bombs, yeah? Grappling hooks.
Taka's trial run. Before he made my grappling hook. He didn't want to disappoint me. And he never did.
No, he didn't. No, you didn't, Taka.
Kenji's best.
Yeah,
Or so he tells me.
he probably drinks the
share
best
it soon.
himself.
How long did it take Yuna to make this? I owe her everything. She's the one giving me gifts.
Oh, she made oh, what were they? Crickets? I don't know.
Smells almost sweet. But it's as deadly as any blade.
Got the original ghost armor. And the, that's Clan Shimura armor, right?
Hope you find peace, Uncle.
Wonder where he got that from.
Yuriko helped me pick these for my mother. I can't believe she kept them all these years.
Oh, don't, man. Don't talk about Yuriko. Can't do it.
Norio promised he'd teach me to play the horagai, so we can signal each other across the island.
Awesome.
For most of my life, I dreamed of being your son.
Look at all these masks.
Yuna's knife. The blade's dull. Can't believe it's still in one piece.
Oh, no. Nobu's saddle.
You were faithful to the end, Nobu.
Oh, dear. Been quite a journey. What are we supposed to be doing? Oh.
Jin,
Yuna.
I like your new home. It suits you.
We'll
Really?
have to do, now that Clan Sakai is gone. And I've been branded a traitor.
I heard about your uncle. Will he come for us?
I don't think so. But sooner or later, someone will.
What matters is you're alive. You defeated Khotun Khan and left the Mongols without a leader. The mainland is safe.
But our home isn't. The Khan's forces are stuck here, more desperate than ever to conquer our island.
Then we'd better keep fighting. Just don't forget. Tsushima needs you.
I'll never forget that.
Good. We'll cover more ground if we split up.
Hit the Mongols from all sides. Take back our home.
Goodbye, Jin. And take care of yourself.
I will.
Why?
You too, Yuna.
Oh, Jin's all on his own, man. Traditions end. Okay. Liberate Tsushima from the Mongol presence. Oh. So it's revealed all the camps. We've already liberated Izuhara. Toyotama only has 3 more, and there's a lot in Kamiagata. But I guess this is post-game stuff, right? Let's get this hideous armor off. I want my beautiful Kensei set on. That's more like it. Wow, guys. Wow. What a great experience. You know, I usually make notes and stuff when I want to do like my little review at the end of a game, but I don't know. I just want to reflect on what a fantastic experience that's been. It's really hot here, so I'm just going to take my headphones off. God, it's really hot. But yeah, I mean, the whole thing really is it's just a great experience overall. Like, if I try and break it down, like there's nothing really that you can say about the game that's kind of bad or disappointing. There are things that are just, you know, good, that aren't great, but there's just so many good things and a few great things that, like, all together, like the journey, like holistically, it's just so wonderful, right? There are things in it that other games do better, but just the combination of everything here is just so awesome, right? You know, like so. I'll just try and break it down a bit, but like I said, it all comes together really well. I don't think there's anything that I didn't like, you know, like that made me kind of groan or anything like that, you know. So like the sword to sword combat, the samurai combat is awesome. It's just enthralling. You know, timing based, no spongy enemies. You know, I know the duels, you had to hit them multiple times, fair enough, but all timing based, and, you know, the different stances, and the samurai combat was just so enjoyable. It never got boring. It never got boring, even though the core mechanics were the same all the way through, you know? And that's really a testament to it just being so satisfying, the timing based. And they continue to add new enemy types, new abilities, upgrading the stances as you progress further, you know, unlocking new ghost weapons that you could use in samurai combat, you know, like the kunais and the sticky bombs, and then the kind of legendary stuff like the Dance of Wrath and Way of the Flame and all that stuff. It all just like a cacophony of joyous violence, if that makes sense. You know, a symphony of joyous violence. It was great. The sword-to-sword combat was always fun, and it will continue to be fun as I go out and try and 100% the game. So this won't be the last episode, but I'm going to stick my review bit here, because that's the credits have just rolled. I'll do a bonus episode where we clear out all the camps, we pick up all the cosmetics, we just get everything as the light's changing beautifully here. But yeah, I mean, the stealth combat was okay. I don't think it was great. You know, it was just, it did what it needed to. You know, we had the long grass cover, and we had stealth kills, chain stealth kills. We had the bows where we could take people out from range, hit groups with fire arrows or bombs or explosive arrows. But, you know, I don't think that, and, you know, you could crawl under various bits in the setups, you know, approach from different angles. Use the darts to poison and turn enemies on your side. That stuff's all good. I just think that as steps specifically with the stealth and sneaking around, like the detection range of the enemies was so bad that it kind of just it broke immersion a little bit in terms of, you know, being the ghost from the shadows a little bit, but it just did what it needed to. It felt very similar to the stealth from Horizon Zero Dawn. The stealth in that was similar thing. You were dependent on the long grass. Enemy detection wasn't great. Enemy AI, while you were in stealth, wasn't always great. But you know, it did what it needed to. It was good. It could have been a bit deeper, but we're in such an open setting. I really don't know how you would go about more robust stealth here. You know, I haven't played Metal Gear Solid 5, and I know that that would probably be your like pinnacle of kind of action RPG stealth, from what I understand about it. I haven't played it myself, obviously, so it's a bit of a reach, but yeah. Yeah, it did what it needed to, you know. And I really enjoyed the characters. You know, the story isn't like like I said, it's not a groundbreaking story. You know, we're repelling the invaders, but I just think that the characters had real soul. Yeah, you know, you could say that the story was a little bit too serious at times, but you know, we're dealing with an invasion. People are getting killed all around. Their family members, their people. So it's difficult, you know. And I think that I really enjoyed how the characters were so reflective, and the characters, you know, they were really self-conscious. You know, they were self-aware. You know, they often reflected on the mistakes they'd made, the things they'd been through, the things they could have done differently, the things, how they wish they were different as people, and how their stories, how they wish their stories might have been different. Like Sensei Ishikawa, and how he always, even though he was a master archer and a sensei, he'd kind of felt, he always felt like a bit of a failure, and he had such deep regrets over the mistakes he'd made, and he, even though he was very proud and still kind of, you know, that strong figure, you could sense a real like disappointment in himself over the way his life had gone. You know, Lady Masako's vengeance and anger over just everything that had gone wrong and happened to her, and just the injustice of it all, and she was quite thoughtful and still had a bit of humor in her, but when she got embroiled in the combat with the Mongols or anyone in connection to her family's murder, it'd all come back up, right? Sort of like Jekyll and Hyde a bit. She'd be a bit calmer in conversation with us. I remember, you know, she made a bit of a joke about her age at one point early on, but then as soon as it was back about her family, like the rage came back up, you know. But I really loved Lady Masako. She a great character. You know, we had I mean, I suppose the only character we didn't get too much on was Kazumasa, Jin's father. We could have done with maybe a bit more about him. You know, Jin was a bit estranged with his father. Didn't feel too close to him. Felt like he'd kind of let him down. And I guess that's part of the whole background of the Ghost, is not always doing that honourable thing. Like, I guess he should have just stepped out and faced his father's killers, and then Jin would have died there himself, right? But yeah, Lord Shimura, you know, the kind of firm-handed samurai, always sticking to his code, but it made him predictable in the end. I think he was glad that we spared him in the end. There was a slight, you saw you know, you saw the corners of his lips turn up a bit. He was happy that we spared him. You know, Norio as well, great character. You know, conflicted between his sort of similar to Jin in a way, who was bouncing between the way of the Ghost and the way of the samurai, and Norio was bouncing between his religious principles and the way, and like, you know, wanting to keep everyone safe, but having to do quite a lot of violent things to keep everyone safe in their temples and things like that. You know, really, really great characters. I think it would have benefited from. This would be asking for a lot, but if they made it a bit more like The Witcher in terms of the choice and consequence, like that choice at the end there, you know, like if we had more choices to craft the experience throughout, I think that would have made some of these character journeys a bit more impactful. They were still impactful, but I think that would have made, but that's asking a lot in an open world game. It's very difficult to implement those kind of choices. But yeah, the you know, the Mongols, as enemies, they always kept evolving. They always had new wrinkles. There were new versions of the enemies, and even just running into them in the world, it was always a slightly different group, you know. And then when the Straw Hats got introduced in that one camp that I ran into that killed me like 5 times, yeah, like the enemy variety was so good. I mean, Khotun Khan as a villain, I mean, like the whole story it's not revolutionary in any sense. It's just kind of, you know, fight against the invaders story, but you know, it just does it good. Like I said, so much in this game is just good. It just does it well, and you know, the world itself is so beautiful. That's what this game just shines with, like the minimal HUD, like the non-invasive HUD, and just the staggering beauty of the world, the lighting, the day-night cycle. It was just always beautiful, whether it was the golden forest in Izuhara, even like the swamps in Toyotama, the snowy mountains up here in the Kamigata region. It had everything, you know. And the lighting was just beautiful. The particle effects, like where we saw at the end there when Jin was fighting his uncle, shifting the leaves, shifting under the feet and in the wind, just staggeringly beautiful. Like, I'm going to enjoy just traversing this world now with no missions to worry about, just exploring and looking around. And then that comes to, I guess, the open world design in itself. You know, like I imagine you could accuse this game of falling victim to some of the typical open world tropes, you know, with a million different waypoints and question marks and all that stuff. But I don't really feel like that any of that was a bad thing, because they were all organic. You didn't have to go for them. And I quite liked finding all of them, whether it was the kind of simple joy of following the animals, you know, following the golden birds or following the foxes. There's like a simple joy in that, right? Like, oh, that animal's leading me somewhere. I get to pet him at the end. Like, there's a simple joy to that. Or whether it's finding the cosmetics, you know, finding the sword sheath. I always like that. I always like making my character look exactly how I want him to. So, or if it was the shrines, well, little climbing puzzles, they were probably the most forgettable thing, because the climbing isn't really skill based. It's just kind of auto-complete almost. But yeah, those were interesting. I did actually really like the haikus and the hot springs, because again, it gave us as players and as the character as well a chance to reflect, right? Reflection. And it was just so refreshing. And I'm only going to mention this once, but I'm sure other people who've played this game at release have felt this, that after playing The Last of Us Part 2, that experience being kind of so bland in a lot of ways enhanced this experience for me, at least at first for a bit. And that was one thing that I realized in this game that The Last of Us Part 2 just had at almost no point, which was characters that reflect. And I know part of that is to do with the culture here, but just anything like that, where the character just reflects on their journey, the things they're doing, what they're costing them, you know, how they're affecting their soul, their psyche, and all that stuff. And I really appreciated that, you know. I was a bit disappointed we had to kill Yuzo. I really liked him. There was real conflict there in him. It's a shame that Jin felt the need to kill him. But I suppose he had been a traitor. He was trying to weasel his way out of it a bit in the end because his plans hadn't worked. I mean, if he'd managed to, you know, do what the Khan had wanted, he probably wouldn't be saying that kind of thing to us. So he was a bit of a snake, but I could understand his struggle, you know, part of the whole kind of struggle within the feudal system, and, you know, him not being born into a noble family, and that made his journey more difficult. So he kind of felt like he'd been spited, you know. I really like Yuzo. I was a bit gutted he had to die, but I understand why. You know, Yuna. God, I forgot about Yuna. Hey, we've got a bird. But Yuna was awesome as well. Yuna and Taka. It was a shame Taka had to die, but you know, Yuna had a real dark childhood, just dark life in general. She just wanted to get the hell away from this island, and, you know, enslaved, ran away from home, and she nearly got there. You know, it was really sad that Taka died and then she had to stay. You know, it would have been nice for her to get to escape finally. And Yuriko, my God, Yuriko. I mean, we only spent maybe 2 hours with Yuriko, and such a powerful story there, you know. Yeah, great, just great. And you know, it's funny how games that have a similar setting come out, and the films as well do. It happens sometimes, like Sekiro coming out last year and this coming out this year, and they're obviously quite different, but they still have that kind of timing thing, that rhythm combat with the sword on sword stuff that I just adore. I didn't manage to re-upload my Sekiro playthrough before this, but I might still do it at some point. But they're both fantastic games. But yeah, just that rhythm where you just get in the groove, and it just doesn't get old, does it, guys? It just really doesn't get old. And yeah, the open world design, I'll go back to that, sorry. I think I covered all the kind of things you find in the world, yeah. None of it's a chore, and there's no mini-map. You're always looking at the world. You can find things just through looking. You don't always have to follow the guiding wind, but the guiding wind is so much better than having a mini-map. I remember after I finished playing Nier Automata, although that game was great, that was the thing I said, you know, I wish it didn't have a mini-map. I wish the levels, it was, you know, we could just find our way about organically and stuff like that. Or there was a way of it directing you without it being a mini-map, so you could actually look at the world and things around. And I feel like this game takes a lot of things that other games from this generation, other open world games have done, and just, you know, merges them together really well. I've heard one of you compare it to Assassin's Creed. Unfortunately, I don't play Assassin's Creed games. You know, I don't like supporting companies like Ubisoft. But it's just that. But I remember someone said it's like Assassin's Creed but good. There's a description I heard, maybe on Twitter somewhere. Yeah, and it just has such good feeling to it, you know. And I feel like if you want to say the open world is very atypical, it's very typical of the genre with all the check question marks and checkpoints and stuff. I don't think I think that's a bit dishonest, because I feel like all those checkpoints, you don't have to do them, but if you're interested, it's it's playful enough, interesting enough. You get insights into different things, like with the haikus, the hot springs, and it's just like a real joyous exploration is how I'd put it. I don't think it feels like a chore, you know. There was no level gating, which I love. It's the one thing I hated the most in The Witcher 3, even though that's my favorite game ever. I hated the level gating. I took that out with mods whenever I play it now. But yeah, I feel like it took inspiration from a lot of the things from this genre. You like The Witcher 3, like Horizon Zero Dawn, maybe a bit from Sekiro, even though that's probably a bit too recent for it to have taken too much influence from. But I feel like maybe it took a bit of influence from it, you know, with the red and blue attacks. Like Sekiro had that, where you'd get the little symbol that would appear above their heads on a unblockable attack. Similar thing here. I wonder if they took a bit of influence from that, which there's nothing wrong with. You have to learn from your contemporaries, right? Yeah, just a fabulous, joyous, excellent game. I loved all the customization. I loved all the different armor sets, the dyes. You know, just great. I've loved every second of it. It doesn't do anything badly. It does a few things great, and it does everything else just really good. And that just leads to a great experience. There wasn't anything where I was like, oh no, this again, or this isn't fun. You know, if I wasn't enjoying, I didn't always like doing the stealth, so I'd just run in with my sword out and just fight everyone, you know? There are a few bits where you have to do stealth, but when you had to do them there, it was fine. It was contextual, so I didn't even mind. So yeah, it's been a fantastic experience, guys, and that's been my scattered thoughts. I don't know if I change my mind and decide to write notes and do a more formal one, I'll put it in place of this, but I don't know. But it's been fabulous experience. I'll do another episode where we 100% everything and polish off the map after this, but I hope you've enjoyed this experience as much as I have. Thank you for coming along on the journey with me. It's been a special game, a game that I'm going to continue playing. I'm going to take a bit of a break after I've finished with this, probably for the rest of August. Just take time to chill out for a bit. This game was really what I needed after the past two playthroughs. After the Final Fantasy VII Remake not being what I wanted, being a bit of a letdown for me as a lifelong fan of the series, and then The Last of Us Part 2 just being a mess, just a real mess. This has just kind of restored my faith in games for a bit, you know? It did everything it needed to. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. Leave me a like on this video if you've enjoyed it as well, and if you've enjoyed this series. Next will most likely be Metro Last Light. I've been saying that for probably nearly a year at this point, but Metro Last Light, I'm getting back to shorter games for a bit. Indie games and Metro. I'm going to be sticking to shorter stuff. I'm not playing another massive experience because I've done like Death Stranding, Final Fantasy, The Last of Us, and now Ghost of Tsushima. I'm going to get back to doing some shorter ones. So, yeah. We'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. Just remember, everybody, never trust an uncrate. I'll see you in the next one.